Well, this is the problem with an alpha build. It took almost 5 minutes to load my save. I don't think it's done loading yet because I have no toolbar. And the textures are made out of Play-Doh. But anyway, I figured I'd start yapping. Welcome back to Space Engineers 2. If you watched the first video, we got this little base established here. And in this video, we're going to build a rover. I've been kind of roughing out a shape. And I've gathered up some more materials. Does any of this work? Okay, that part works. So I've got some iron and stuff. I think it's still just loading, maybe? I'm not sure if I'm going to have to reboot or what. Restart the game, but... I started roughing this out, and then I was thinking more about it, and I've also been watching the Splitseas Rover playthrough. Some of these forests have really tight clearances. So I think I'm going to build a narrower rover than what I had initially planned. But since I don't have a toolbar, I can't quite start yet. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with the game. But I just wanted to jump in here and at least get the intro going. It has been a week since I recorded that last video. I've been super busy with work, and I've got the other game series going, of course. So I wanted to get back into the swing of things, but I'm not sure. I don't know if they broke something with the update. I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to try to get back to our normal gameplay. And we'll see what happens, because something is clearly not right. Alright, we're all better now. It was the carpeted floor tile mod. It apparently doesn't work now, so I just found the problematic mod, and we're all good to go now. So, let's get on here and start doing something. So if I do this... I remember how to play. Oh, you can't do it on the wheel. Okay, fair enough. So let's get rid of all this. I'm going to build a lot narrower. I can say words. Narrower rover. So let me get... Do I need a cockpit on here before it'll let me do stuff? Let's do number 6. A little bit of jetpack action going on here. Yeah, what if I do that? Then I want to get rid of this. Let me do that. And I can just weld it up and hopefully it'll drop down. In theory. I don't know how you pick parts. I think there's a button for that. Like say I wanted to build that. I can just click a button probably. I don't remember what that button is, so we're going to soldier on. Let's get a wheel going here. Is that the same size wheel? I think it is. Look, it's a little monster truck. Best rover ever, right? All right, we kind of want to keep those. Yeah, that'll keep those floating there as a reference. All right, so we got that in. We're gonna need some batteries. We want some cargo. So if I go to, is it here? This is a battery. What if I put a battery right under there? Oops. Not sure what the battery up front though, where it could get hit on stuff. That's probably a bad idea. If I could make like a roll bar thingy or approach angle to protect the approach angle. Yeah, we could do that. All right, let's put a battery there. And then I wanted cargo. Where's my cargo at? It's on one of these, I thought. Maybe not. I think it is. So it looks like that. I've got to get used to all the new stuff. Cargo container. There we go. We want that size. There we go. So we'll hook that on to cockpit. Yeah, let's get one of those. Maybe 2 of those. That's upside down. Can't have that. Gotta get used to this rotation. I also want a survival kit on here because I think I'm going to pack up everything and we're going to head out in the Rover. That's the new plan. I know I was debating that. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So let's get maybe a couple on here, and then we have assembler, fabricator, refinery, smelter, O2H2, survival kit. There we go. Have that there. And then do I want to make an O2H2 gen? Do we have engines on here? I don't remember what all they've added since I last played. Refinery, smelter, O2H2 generator. What size are you and what ports do you have? You have a little baby port on you. It's just one port and it's on the back? Okay, so we can just slap you on there then, right? Yeah, we just slap you on there. Then we'll have something on the other side to kind of balance that out. It'd be good to have, I'm just wondering if we don't have engines, we don't really necessarily need an H2O2? O2H2? Engine, no. Hydrogen. Hydrogen tank, hydrogen thrower. We do not have hydrogen. Hydrogen? I can say that word. Don't have those. So we don't need that. Do I need the cargo container to be hooked up to the cockpit? Does it matter if it's hooked up to the cockpit? I'm actually not sure. It has the connector on there, so I think we're good. All right, we've got survival kit, we've got some cargo. I think I might do more cargo containers. We will use this to roam until we find another base location. I'm thinking maybe it doesn't need to be this long. So I could do that, and then I could put batteries all along underneath here. I don't know how many batteries we need necessarily. Actually get rid of that. Yeah, I'm not sure we need it to be this long, so let's go ahead and get rid of those. Should probably do mirror mode. I'm just too lazy to turn it on. I don't remember how to do it. Do that, and then we're going to need some wheels. I want to be able to get to the survival kit. Is that the same height? I think that's the same height. Yeah, we got like 2 of those. Hang it on there, then we can do that. I think that'll work. I think that's gonna do it. And then I just need you, oops, to be on the opposite side from that guy. Is that too far forward? I think that's, yeah, that's one too far forward. Let's do this. Let's get this guy on there, and then we can swing him around. We can do that. That will tell us how the wheel needs lined up. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Now we do need some batteries. I think I might put the batteries on the side. Double batteries. I kind of want high ground clearance for some of the stuff we're going to be going over. So let's stick you here, and we'll leave the the cargo port open. So we'll do that. And on this side, leave the cargo port open. There we go. 2 batteries. That's surely enough. I don't really care necessarily too much about detailing right now, because this is kind of just to get us around for the moment. I want to find a little better base spot, I think. Something a little more lush, maybe. So then, recharge. How do we recharge? Yeah, we're gonna need some recharge. But I think we've got enough now that I can build this up. So let me grab some parts, because I do have parts. I don't know for sure if I even need any of that stuff. How do I split? Nope, that's not how you split. I don't even know how to split. Anyway, we got stuff in our inventory. Let's start welding. I may add a little more structure. I'm gonna need glass and stuff. Got it. I don't have any steel plate? Seriously? Thought I grabbed steel plate. Hide empty inventories. Steel plate, 114. Yeah? Oh, it's because it's not grounded. It won't let me. Right. I forgot. It does have to be grounded. Otherwise, it doesn't think it's a thing with the stuff. We do that? Uh-oh. I think I might have lost its grid status. How do I turn it back into a grid status? Can I do they have landing gear now? Landing gear. Caution, total noob playing Space Engineers 2. It's been a while since I played this. Can I build you? No, can't build you either. Okay, well that's fun. Yeah, I think it's because it's floating. I forgot you can't do that. Okay, symmetry is just T actually. Place on cockpit. No, I want to do a blueprint. I don't remember how to do that. Settings, controls. Blue. Create blueprint. Control B. There we go. That's easy enough. So if I say Control B, I need to select. I don't remember how to select. Select grid. It doesn't even think this is a grid now? Well, that's exciting. It's the cursed episode. All right, let me figure this out. I'll be back. All right, I don't know why the post wouldn't work, but if I just ran blocks down to the ground, looks like it's going to let me start welding those up. So let's do that. We don't need to finish the blocks as far as I know. They just have to be at least built up enough so they're no longer blueprints, if that makes sense. So I need some glass, and I need 3 more electronic parts. All right, I could just do this with silicon. I think you can do that. Electronic parts. I think I've used up, yeah, most of my parts. So let's see if we can get rid of all these parts that I've got, and then we can load up on the materials. So do that. Do you. I was really hoping with this vertical slice we'd get more stuff, like, you know, a small little triangle of building builds fast, and large components like take this along, but they're all pretty much the same. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. So weird that we don't need advanced stuff for the cargo containers anymore, but that's all right. Want to use raw materials? Want to use the real thing? I really hope they go back on the backpack building, or at least give you the option. I think it's kind of silly that you can just build everything right out of your backpack. Not a fan. But I think at least on classic survival, you can only build the basic components with your backpack, and you have to have the, you know, the assembler and all that stuff, smelter or whatever it's called, to do the rest of it. I think that's how that works. So it looks like we just need motors. So we're gonna need 8 motors for the wheels, and then we need a couple for that. We need a couple motors for that, some electronic parts. All right, let's make like a few motors. Actually, I can do it from here. If I go to here and then production, there we go. Motor times 12, please. We'll see how far that gets us. Electronic parts, we need at least 3, so let's make 3 of those. Come back to inventory, and we got stuff. I had some motors in there already. Alright. Alright, you're done.
Suit energy low.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of welding. Thanks for the reminder, lady. I do want to eventually make hydrogen naturally so we can refill our backpack, but I need it right this second. Alright, you're going to need electronic parts. For the battery, that makes sense. So we need 7 more of those. Let's these finished up. Gotta kind of look at the top of the thingy. You need 3, so we need like 10 of those. 10 more electronic parts. Yes, I know I could put the stuff in my backpack, but I'm trying to avoid doing that. When I say 10, produce. Smelter, that's kind of the first thing you build to make more things. Oh, you need a glass for you. You just need a steel plate, so we can do that. And I think also for like the area welders, I think you need components. I'm not exactly sure how it all works, and I know classic survival mode changes some stuff. So there's that as well. Alright, I think this thing is functional. You can drop it down on the ground and see if it rolls away. Yep, sure enough. Oh, it's non-functional. I forgot I didn't finish that. It needs glass. R. I want the bigger size. Oh, I didn't get it in time. It'll hit a tree and stop, right? I don't have any more steel plate on me. Alright, let's go make some glass and hope that doesn't roll too far away. It found a big tree. We're good. Professional gamer at work here. Use caution. Alright, we need to produce some glass. Steel plate, glass. Times, I think we just needed 3. Forgot the cockpit wasn't finished. That's important. Oh, I'm missing. Wait, what happened to the 3 glass I just picked up? Glass? Oh, it wants 1 electronic part before it does that. Okay. All right. One electronic part coming up. Perfect. We're good on energy. Whee! Ta-da! Can I hop in you now? You have to click on the glass. There we go. Now, one thing with the wheels is you can't set which are steering, which are not. It just, it figures that out on its own, and you just hope it's right. Oh, spacebars no longer break. We have P for parking brake, though. Okay, well, there's our rover. It works. It's about all I can say for it at the moment. So now I want to tear this down. I want to get some power production, like at least a solar panel on top of here. So let's work on that, and we'll have the power cells we can take with us also. I'm going to turn off the flight display for now. It's handy that you can have that, turn it on and off. You grab you. As far as I know, you can't do wind turbines on moving grids. I think maybe Slitsy tried that. I've been watching his video. But I was watching it in the background. I don't recall exactly what he found out about the wind turbines. I think he ended up having to turn his rover into a static grid to get it to work, which kind of makes sense. Alright, I'm just going to tear this whole thing down. You really don't need to sit here and watch me grind it all down. I'm going to grind all this down, transfer the stuff to the cargo, and we'll take off on an exploration journey. Okay, it's like it never even happened. I'm going to hit my map and my GPS. I'm going to delete this guy because it's no longer here. Delete. There we go. Everything tore down. I want to get a solar panel up on top, and I went and put an ore detector down. I think I need wire, and I'm not sure I have any more wire. We should be able to find that as we go with outposts. Also, once I get a base down, I can, you know, make a smelter and make that again. I just didn't make any before I tore it all down. All right, you were full. That was kind of my components cargo. So I'm going to put the rest of the stuff in here. Actually, I'm going to need probably some of that for a solar panel, but let's see. What do we need for a solar panel up here? We want to lay you down for sure. Then, do I want to view like that? I think that'll work. Alright, so we need glass, 9 glass, 3 electronic, or actually 27 glass. We need glass and electronic parts. There we go. We'll have at least some basic power production as we roam. Beautiful. I also should have power cells. I've got a power module that's 38%. One that's 30. One that's 30. I'm going to put all those together. Did I have any other power cells? So if I search for power... Yeah, just those 3. So we have extra power on us. Let's head out of here. And where are we going? I don't actually know. As we roam around, we should be able to find outposts and stuff. I'm gonna hop in here. Do I get the compass? Turn the flight stuff back on. Yeah, I do get a compass. It's weird not being able to move. Oh, it's still Alt. Okay, now we're good. I don't really use mouse steering, so I kind of wish you could just move around. There may be a way to do that, and I just don't know how. But anyway, let's see if we can go somewhere. If I hit V for camera, yeah, there we go. Oh, when you're in the cockpit, you can look around. Got it. So we're gonna be running over some bushes. Also, I haven't touched the wheels, so they're at their default settings. There's our capsule out there. I can't see much from this view. We are knocking over some trees. We're going to try to avoid the big ones at least. I know I can crash into them, but I don't have my little, like, crash bar set up yet, which is probably a bad idea. But hey, look at us. We're rovering. Sort of. Get over the dune. Yeah, we're rovering. Oh boy. Oh, I forgot. I need to set up the brakes are like super sensitive. I saw a good tip about using an event controller. What did that thing say? Oh, it's got like stop and go. Okay, that's cool. I actually like that. I hope that's an option we can change. So if I just hold S, it comes to a stop and it holds the brakes. And you can push parking brake and turn that on. We're also super heavy right now. Anyway, I don't know if I can build an event control. I forgot about that. I wanted to kind of get out of the desert though. So let's just explore a little bit. We'll see if any outposts pop up. I'm gonna zoom out. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I'm stuck. That didn't take long. That's a little steeper than I initially anticipated. Let's roll backwards. Yeah, really got to watch the braking. And then we're gonna crest this hill, I think. Might be too heavy. And I can't adjust the wheels. Like I said, I haven't touched them. It's default settings. I do need to watch. We're kind of heavy and I'm kind of narrow. I don't have my ore detector set up. Oh boy, yeah, we are super heavy. That event controller can't come soon enough. This looks kind of like just desert. Am I getting into more desert? Maybe I went the wrong direction. More trees and stuff over there. Let's kind of head that way and we'll see what we can find. Probably find that Kerbo can tip over a rover in no time flat. I think I might need to update the strength or something. We are pretty heavy with all this stuff on us. Yeah, so which one is, let's see if I can figure out my wheels. So if I go to K, I turned that one off. Okay, so that is right front. One that's off. I forget, how do I rename this? Double click, there we go. Wheel. Front right. Here we go. Turn you back on. Turn you off. Can't tell for sure which one that is, but it's clearly not the left front because it's still moving. So we will turn you back on. Turn you off. Okay, that's front left. Got it. And then these are rear something or other. I don't know what they are. Okay, so all wheels, acceleration, let's go to 2.0. That goes up by 1. Can I shift click or anything to? Ah, you can control click to set it exactly. Got it. Let's raise the stiffness up because we are kind of heavy. And let's try that and see how badly we fail. I'm just a little worried turning that up is going to make me nosedive too much when I hit the brakes. Okay, good news is we can go up the hill now. How is it when I try to brake? Yeah, that might be a problem. Hopefully we'll get more values we can change soon. You know, brake power, that kind of stuff. Oh, slipping a little bit in the sand. I kind of like that. That was pretty cool. Are we just headed for more sand? get on top of this ridge. Take a look around. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get across this canyon here too. Oh, she's getting squirrely. I gotta be careful. We are very, very heavy. Very, very squirrely. Alright, punch it, Chewy. Whoa. Upsy daisy. Can we keep going? Can we keep going? Don't tip over now. Don't lose power. Let me guess. More sand. Ooh, we just broke a rock. Like a rock. Yep. More sand. Alright, cool. I'm wishing I had made the ore detector. And I guess there's maybe no outposts out in the desert, because... Or wait, what's that 3 kilometers away? Is that one of my mineral deposits that I forgot to turn off? GPS. Yeah. Yeah, I had nickel, and then I had... Yeah, I had nickel marked. Alright, we can delete that. We don't need that. And then it doesn't save whether these are all visible or not, so I'm going to turn all those back off. Right? Because that's all the stations and stuff that I don't necessarily care about. I just want to see outposts as I discover them here. So nothing's really popped up yet, unfortunately. Easy. Oh, is that not a compass at the top? I thought it was a compass, but I think that's angle. Oops. Do we not have a compass? Seriously? Guess not. Maybe when we're flying we have a compass? I'm not sure. Oh, it resets your view when you switch back and forth, just like the original. Alright, what do we have over here? More sand? More rocks? And more sand. Alright. Oh boy. No, stab. Easy, easy. Yeah, I think I need to get all the wheels. I'm going to set the acceleration back down to... Let's do 1.5. Just ease off on it a little bit. Because I think this is like a super steep cliff up here that I don't necessarily want to go down. Get up here and parking brake. Okay, well, we got a valley. It's a different color. It's not sand. It's kind of just rocky. It's open for like some forest or something. It's kind of just desert over here. Unfortunately, I might need to set up a shop and build a better rover. I wasn't anticipating... I wonder if this is going to be a lake eventually. Kind of looks like it's going to be a lake. I wasn't anticipating just how, like, rough and vertical the terrain was. It's pretty nutty. I don't know if I can even go down this. Well, I'm probably going to flip over and explode and die. Oh boy. Oh, and I didn't put a gyroscope on this. Like a true genius. Did not put a gyroscope on here. Coming through. Coming through. Sorry, tree friend. Sorry, tree friend. Yeah, I think this is going to be a lake, right? I don't think we want to go down in that. I think that's just going to eventually be a lake. Let's see if we can go around the other way. Man, the steering is so slow. Actually, let's pause here. I've got good sunlight. I keep hitting space for a break. That doesn't work in this one. It looks like our power is going up. So the solar panel, I think, is providing more power than I'm actually burning, which is nice. Let's get some kind of like bull bar, roll cage, something up front here. I think that's the play. So I don't necessarily need one of those. What options do I have for these guys? I don't have any. Okay, so not any extra like size necessarily. So if I do like beam, no. Strut, trusses, no. Pipe, nope. I'm not sure what I really have here for. We have actual handrails. That might make a somewhat of a kind of a bull bar type thing. Let's take a look at these possibilities. What have we got here? You're too big to fit. Got it. So you need something larger. All right, well, let's just try it with the blocks, I guess, then. So is this the smallest we have? Yeah, that's the smallest size we have. So if I came out... Oops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There, let's do this. T for symmetry. And then place. Yes, please. Okay. T to exit. Perfect. Not too far. Maybe too far still. Was symmetry not delete? It only adds? I'm confused here. Why are you not doing symmetry out here? I don't understand. Okay, well, I guess symmetry doesn't work the way I thought it did, so I'll just do it by hand, I guess. All right, let's do that, and then we'll have our what was it called? This guy, interior wall pillar. Let's get those back. I can do one of those like that. Yeah, something like that. I think that's good enough. Let me grab some steel plate.
Inventory full.
Yeah, inventory is full. You're not wrong. So yeah, apparently I need to play around with the symmetry. It doesn't work the way I expected it to. For whatever reason. This is not pretty, but hopefully it'll be functional. Also, I need some lights on here. Light. Not light armor. Looks like we have interior lights. Yeah, there we go. You don't have a mounting point, huh? Okay, we'll go like old school buggy lights then and hope for the best. Then we'll put some others just kind of around. You're not an attachment point? Yeah, we'll put you on the outside of the battery then. We'll get a couple on the back. You guys take construction components. Alright. Alright, control click moves some stuff. Moves a half stack. Got it. I haven't played enough of this to really get used to all the controls. You just take construction components. Alright. Good deal. That's easy enough. Alright, now we have some lights. Lights, camera, action. I got a little bit of a front protection. Wonders, is this... Think about some kind of tip over production, but I don't think I'll do that. All right, let's roll. Not roll. Let's move out. Don't want to roll. That would be bad. And then if I hit L, does that turn off any of my lights? It turns off the headlights. The clearance lights are still going. Okay. Interior light, interior light, interior light, and then we have spotlight. Turned off. Got it. All right, let's do that, and we'll say turned off. Cool. Oh, we can do shortcuts now, right? So I forget. How do I make a group? Multiple blocks selected. Yes. Yes, indeed. Grouping selected blocks. Block group 1, that's how we do it. This is clearance lights. Clearance lights. There we go. And then this would be the batteries. I need to put a prefix in front of these. We'll do that eventually. Okay, cool. Yeah, solar panels bringing in 243 kilowatts. Very nice. Okay, so I should be able to hit G. No, you do it through here. Got it. No? Block is working. Can you not assign these yet? How do I do this? Not Shift G. Well, anyway, I don't know how that works. I'll have to figure that out. Probably something super obvious. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, there he goes. That didn't take long. Well, we're sliding, so that's a thing. Definitely sliding, and I'm upside down, so I can't tell what's happening. We're definitely sliding, though. So there's that. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, man. Yeah. Physics could use a little bit of work. So does that mean all the stuff's dumped out on the ground?
Inventory full.
Yeah, inventory full. Okay, well, looks like I get to make a new base here and rebuild my rover. So I'll do that in between episodes. I might make it a little wider stance, I'm not sure. I thought we'd be able to find some forest, but so far no luck on that. So, yeah. We made it, I don't know, 4 or 5 kilometers. And this looks like underwater stuff. So I'm pretty sure this is going, once the water's in, this would be underwater. This is a lake. Pretty cool. Anywho, I'll get this mess fixed up in between episodes. Thanks as always for hanging out. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.